So like, let's just talk through it. Let's talk through your journey. So you grew up as a theater kid. I assume you don't do theater anymore.
No, no.
So like, when did you stop doing theater? Like, was it like a choice that you just chose to start going into content creation and had to leave theater stuff behind? Like, how was that transition?
Oh, that transition, it was kind of easy because I barely even did anything.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so transitioning to content creation, it was sort of like, yeah. So if you read it, so it was kind of by accident. It was like, oh dang, I think maybe I could write a song or something, and maybe
Yeah.
it could work. And yeah, it definitely did.
Being in theater and stuff like that is probably a huge advantage. Like, no matter how long you were in it, like, it helps you be more confident and stuff. I think that's one thing that comes through in your videos and your content and stuff, is like, you're very unapologetically you. So like, I think, like, I've noticed, like, I know people that have been in the theater and stuff like that, they're very confident in themselves, obviously, because they have to be on a stage, and now you're obviously on a virtual stage all the time, basically. So I think, whether you know it or not, it probably really helped you in that like sense of mind, and that's why your content is so strong with the stuff you make.
Absolutely. Wait, I think I have a video.
Okay.
This is one of the videos.
This is,
Yeah.
Is it loading for everyone?
Yeah, I think so.
So these are my two friends that I got in. So I wrote the lyrics and the music. Yeah. This was for the access sound.
Wait, no sound.
There's sound. You gotta mute it. I can hear it.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, is there an audio issue?
Do you hear it?
Oh,
guys?
it's me.
Oh.
Sorry. Go.
Oh, okay. Bro, I'm here vibing to this. It's just... I wish it was that sunny here right now. In Ireland, it is not sunny.
Yeah, and it's very hot here. So I think we brought enough sunscreen at the time.
And you did all of the editing, everything for this?
Yes.
Wait, how old is this? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've seen how like much of a grind you've been on like for the last year. I saw you documenting on your Twitter that like you haven't really switched off in the whole year, basically.
Oh yeah, three to four videos a week. So yeah, because it feels like if I'm not making a video, I feel like I'm not myself. And
yes,
even in like my off days, I had like videos prepared to be uploaded.
Yeah, I think your work rate though is what has made you like one of the top tier creators on Ronin. Like, but I totally get what you mean by not being able to switch off, or like if you aren't making content, or you're not like creating something, you feel like you're wasting time, or you feel like you're not making use of your time. Like, I find, like, even though I'm not like a quotation marks content creator, if I'm not working on something, I feel very guilty when I'm like lying down and stuff and not working on something, you know what I mean? So I totally get what you meant in that tweet. I was like, okay, yeah, I feel this too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
this is like my favorite part at the very end.
Let's
I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know. Even I know I wrote this, but like, yeah.
It's so wholesome. Who did the art?
So the meme back then, so it was like the sumos and the big yaks were like having this rivalry at the time. So I like added that to the lyric too.
Awesome.
Okay,
And who did
Biku,
the art
are
in
you a big yak or a sumo guy?
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I put you on the spot. Come on.
Sumo.
No way.
Shout out to Sumo.
No
You're a big
way.
yak?
If I
Dude.
plead the fifth as a Filipino. Okay, it doesn't apply. I'm in both. I have both big yaks and sumo, and it never really like, join any faction.
Bro,
But if anything, I was definitely part of Chomp Squad at the time.
Bro, choose to be neutral and possibly a wise decision with how passionate people seem to be about the choices here. But let's continue with the interview. That was a really cool video to be able to show. But obviously, guys, if you click into any of these, it'll take you to some of Biku's tweets and the content he made. So we linked the video.
Oh wait, it does that? Oh my god, I didn't even know.
Come on.
What?
Come on.
I thought it was just screenshots.
No, if you click the stuff, it takes you. This is the point of the interactive, bro. Come on. If it highlights, it takes you to it. Like if we click your creator corner, it goes to your Twitter page. So if people like your stuff, who else is doing this? Come on.
See now that's cool. And if you didn't tell me, I would have just went through the pages.
I think I started a big yak and sumo war in the chat.
I noticed. But yes, guys, if you ever see stuff like that highlighted, it will take you to Biku's stuff or videos or stuff like that. So obviously you click his name, it takes you to his X. You can follow him if you really like his story and stuff. Let's continue. Amazing. So you like making videos that you would watch, which obviously is very important, because I think it's very easy in this space for people to see what works and just try and copy paste it, and what they don't realize is they can't copy and paste a personality. So, you know, it's about making something that they personally would enjoy, and obviously your videos are probably up, like, even before I was fully in the know about who is who and like what was happening in the Ronin space. Like, before I even knew, like, really things in the Moku Discord and stuff like that, like, your content was some of the first content I was exposed to when I made my Twitter account and I started following Ronin stuff. Your videos have always stood out, so, you know, it shows that you clearly care for your craft. So, yeah, like, how did you find your style, I guess? Like, did it take a while, or did you just like really like the .exe content and then you were like, this works for me, and went with it?
Yeah, I mean it's a mix, right? So .exe, it's also like a feature of the gameplay, and so I also saw like the need for a lot of games to show how fun things actually is without without it like looking like just some sort of like commercial. This is that, these are the features. So two major things, like if you're a starting creator, two major things that I see a lot of creators don't do. Number one is showing gameplay and how fun it is. And the second one is definitely like tips and tricks that is outside of like the basic the basic things that you can do in a game.
I think that's a really valid point.
So there's not a lot of that. And for some games like maybe Lumitera, or some games like let's see, Ragmon, there are like there's like these things that a lot of creators won't dive into that, because I think it's a bit harder to package and then send. And if you can figure that out, that's definitely something I personally would watch.
I think a lot of people can agree with that. And you know, you made a really good point there. It's like, you know, people make content sometimes, and like it can be guides and stuff like that, and like it can be them showing off the game. But there's a difference between showing off the game and someone playing the game. Like, a lot of your videos are active things. Like, you're actively playing, like, you know what I mean? There is a difference between a showcase of a game and then someone actively playing the games. Like, obviously, like, for example, we'll go to your Party Icons game. Like, it's actually you, like, having fun, like, playing it and stuff like that. And, like, for the editing is insane. Like, do you edit these? Do you have an editor? Like, it's insane. The quality of the content in your videos.
So I have two people helping me out so I can consistently make content, because of course it's very exhausting to actually edit videos.
Content like this. Like, there is so much editing here. Like, there is never a downtime in your video. It's constantly like, it's like you've mastered making content for TikTok brains, because it's constantly something new is happening. Something's coming up on the screen.
I love that. I have a very low I have a very low what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, a really low attention. Wait, what was that? Yeah, a very low attention span.
Yeah.
And you're right. It is very TikTok-y. It is very YouTube Shorts-esque. And also, like, if you guys were alive during the Vine era,
yes.
Vine kind of showed what a lot of people are interested in. They want something instant. They want an instant feeling. And
I don't even know how people could, like, how your editors do this. There is so many small edits everywhere. Like, how do they think of these things?
I have a rule. I have a 5-second rule where like something needs to happen every 5 seconds. If there's nothing happening in the 5 seconds, like walking or talking or somebody getting killed, do something to make it interesting. It's from the subtitles to the music change to the sound effects. Yeah, something needs to happen. How old do you think we are,
awesome.
Biku? I have no idea. Like Vine was like what, 10 years ago? So
no shot more.
This is like, I mean, but that's like a really great. I would love to see the catalog of small clips and stuff your editors probably have for like all of the memes that are inside of these things, because there's probably like at least 100 in this video, like of just little snippets, like the Kung Fu Panda and like everything. Like it must be a huge operation to get these things done, and to the consistency that you make them, it's incredibly impressive.
Oh, that's the best part. So my editor is, I'm not sure if he's in here. Today is his birthday actually. It's me. I'm gonna tag him right now just to annoy him. But yeah, he's actually the person that I learned how to edit from, and
awesome.
Yeah, he's a really he's a really cool dude, and pretty much without him last year would just be half of like what it's now. So yeah, everyone like yell happy birthday to Meat Boy.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Meat Boy. No, that's really cool, man. And like you've clearly built a team of people that like understand how you work. You're all on the same page as far as content goes, and I think that's why you will continue to excel as a content creator, because you have all the pieces in place, right? You've got your system down, and you're clearly, everyone says that you have to put like 10,000 hours into a craft or whatever. Like last year, you've clearly put in that time. And I think like we can, like as creators, you can beat yourself up quite often about like, oh, how much time you're investing into something. But I think everyone here can agree that the time you're putting in is definitely like showing like it's worth it. It
definitely is worth it, because when I started making content, like I used to just do it for free because it was nice, it was fun. And then I think it was Moku that gave me a huge jump in followers. I think it was when it was before 1K. And then now I'm at like 6K. So I do a lot of the growth as well to Moku, because getting featured in their quests was really a big boost. And then I joined Kind, and then holy crap, last year was a snowball for me. Just this week I also started streaming, and I got Grars, Nietzsche, and Asta to hop on, and there was just a lot of shenanigans. I sent you another video if you want to check it out.
Let me just check it.
Yeah, go check it out, because I don't think Nietzsche liked the photo that I used.
Oh god.
Wait, I think we need to zoom in for this one.
Wait, so this was a stream on X or Twitch?
X.
And is this something you're going to pursue this year now, is streaming?
Yes, absolutely. It is exhausting, but I think I can figure it out.
I will say that I used to stream on a different site, and especially when you're playing games that are quite thinking heavy, like I know Axie, like obviously when you're playing to the level you probably do, it is quite exhausting to interact with chat and keep your personality up for a prolonged period of time. Like when I used to finish my streams, I used to like just turn everything off and just lie on my bed, and I'd be exhausted. I'd be like, wow, like this is actually mentally taxing. So for sure.
It is very mentally exhausting, especially if I can't pay attention to the game at the same time. As you can see, I'm playing like 2 games at the same time, and at some point I was playing 3.
Okay, that's insane. Like I used to play like League and like maybe like Valorant and stuff like that, so at least in Valorant you'd have downtime between rounds, but playing League and interacting with chat was rough because of just how much you have to think, and you have to keep people engaged, and it is quite the task. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, you're playing a lot. But even the editing in this is fantastic. I'm sure Niche loved the image. Why the white sheet? Awesome. And do you have a schedule yet for your streams, Biku? Or is it kind of you're just testing things right now?
A schedule? I'm just testing the waters right now, see where I could improve. Oh my god, you saw the name. If you finish the video, at the very end, Gors is going to be like, Biku just said like, spoke for like 20% of this entire stream, and then he wasn't wrong. Honestly, So when I look at people who stream, and if you look at my videos, like I constantly just want my audience to enjoy watching it.
Yes.
And I was torn between doing well in the game and engaging the audience or engaging the people who are with me. Yeah. So yeah, I am definitely testing.
Yeah, no, once you get a schedule down, like let us know about it and stuff like that. So people, because I think that's the thing that I'm trying to do with the meme coin show. If we end up doing it, is like I want to build a habit within people that they know that at this certain time, at this certain day, that they can tune in and you're going to be there, you know? And that's what it's about in content creation is building habits with your audience to know, like, oh, at this certain time, whether it's people getting their breakfast, getting their dinner, coming home from work or whatever, you know, that's what people are going to be tuning into. And once they build a habit, then that's how you're going to keep your audience going. And then I guess the last thing to cover in your interview part is obviously you finding Aperon, and like that's probably the game that I in my head would register you as the person of. How did that happen? How did that journey happen?
So that journey happened around season 0 of Axie, where it's like, you know, it's fresh, it's new, and it's very awesome when you figure out like what's the meta before anybody else. But the thing about that is like, the problem at the time was you find something good, they're gonna nerf it to the ground. And that was kind of, and that kind of sucked because like you spend all this money and you're not going to make returns and you're not going to be top 100 because they did like nerfs in between seasons, and that was really bad.
Yes.
So I needed to take a break from Axie and Ronin. So I was just chilling. I was just doing whatever, and I think I had a day job at the time, which was and the job that I was doing was like I was grinding Mesos and Maple Story for a guy abroad, and yeah, that used to be what was funding the whole Biku thing. And then sometime later, Asterisk was affiliated with Aperon. I think she was already a mod at the time, and I got in there. And the reason why I stayed was because Frank, the founder, Frank, Lore Keeper, he holds a duty drinking session at the end of every month at the time before Ronin. The founder and a lot of the other mods and the other community members that has a planet could just turn on their camera and then just drink and just talk about whatever. We'll play card games, drinking games, and when he makes you take a shot, like he makes you take a shot. And I think nobody can ever outdrink me at this point in my group of friends except Frank. I can never outdrink Frank. But yeah, and from there I just stuck around. I made content for the game even when the game wasn't even out yet, and when the game came out, holy crap, it was amazing. And then when Ronin got announced, a few months before Ronin, Aperon was going into Ronin, I started making content already, and it was during when Trip was released on Axie. Trip, the nut guy, basically his entire kit revolves around nuts, and it was awesome. I freaking played it free to play until Dragon, and that's also the same time I think that I met Nietzsche and Grars at Guild.xyz Gamer. So
and that's when you kind of found your group of people, I guess. I would always see you guys as like together. You're always making content together and stuff like that. But that's awesome, and that's awesome that you found the game that you kind of connect with the most, and like you kind of get to interact with it as highly as you do now. So that's a huge achievement. I'm sure the content on Aperon will not be slowing down this year at all with it going mobile and stuff. I'm sure they'll have lots of more stuff coming out when they're pushing to get the mascot changed to the dude, so that'll be exciting.
Oh yeah, I'm actually like thinking about like a lore around the mascot, so I can around the mascot, because of course like originally it is a dude. It is basically a dude made out of Aperon. That's literally where it started. The original art on the above there, it was created by Cryon, one of the artists for Aperon, and it just became a profile picture, from a profile picture to a content creators thing. Like it's just noticeable more now, and then it technically became a brand in its own. So and now it's also a Canstar trait now, which is also insane. And I think my entire lore is gonna be based around the headset and the hair.
Probably.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna be streaming like Ragmon or something, I'm gonna put it on like Pouring, and then if it's like play Wild Forest, I'm gonna put it on like maybe the wolf or the pig or something. So it's based around the headset. So it's kind of like that Super Mario game where whatever is wearing the hat, it becomes that thing.
I think it was Mario Odyssey, actually. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for obviously putting so much effort and stuff into your interview and stuff like that, and having such a great story to read along with. And is there any last things you would like to say to Moki Gang? Obviously, I think most people here are familiar with you, but if you have any final tips or advice for people who are going into this year, obviously going into permissionless Ronin, there's a huge opportunity for new creators to come up and show themselves off to a new audience. So
I do have like a bunch of creators that want us to learn from me, and I noticed that the biggest struggle for starting creators, especially if they want to go into video editing, is they think that it's hard to do. So my editing tool is CapCut. CapCut kind of does almost everything that you need when it comes to making videos. So that's number one. Number two, don't be afraid to just jump in. Don't be overwhelmed at the whole video. Do everything step by step. Like I said, it's the 5-second rule to make a scene funny. And then in that 5 seconds, you build up to a minute and up to 2 minutes. And a 2-minute video takes me like 3 to 4 hours to finish. Don't be overwhelmed by the whole thing. Just finish it one clip at a time. That's it.
Awesome.